right? And you have a heart and passion for two things, really like kingdom and church planting. And we're going to talk about that today because y'all, if you're in the Charlotte area, we got something huge for you. But then you also have an importance for legacy as a Black man. Talk about that. Why is that important for you? And really, before you get into why it's important to you, what is the real definition of legacy?
Man, well, legacy is something that is passed down.
Okay.
To me, it is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world.
Yeah.
It is you waking up every day saying, I am going to leave something. Mm-hmm. And I think too often we've made legacy like I'm going to leave money or I'm going to leave a house or I'm going to leave all my cars.
Yeah.
And what we're learning is that, I'm going to leave a good reputation.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave good habits. I'm going to leave a smile throughout my day to a bunch of people. If I asked you right now, think of somebody who's always smiling, always laughing, always makes you feel good. Somebody comes to your mind.
Yes.
That is a legacy. They left a mark on you. Yeah. They left an impact.
Yeah.
And so the idea of legacy is, hey, what's your mark? What are you trying to contribute to this world? I thank God for introverts and I thank God for people who want to exist without being seen or heard, but that's not the real way God wants you to live.
Right.
The reality of it is that scripture says, let your light so shine before men that men may see your good deeds and glorify your Father who's in heaven.
Right.
God's like, let your light shine.
Right.
Whether you're introvert, extrovert, whatever that light is on the inside, however God has given it to you to impact this earth, you are here to make some noise. You are here to turn something up. You are here to leave a legacy. So for me, the reason why that message is so important, I grew up single mom, absent dad.
Okay.
Grew up in the hood of Boston where New Edition grew up. You know what I'm saying? where Bobby Brown was. Bobby. And so, man, I just grew up in the inner city, in the hood, government assistance, food stamps, the government, the city bringing toys, for Christmas and all those different things. And I watched my mom kind of struggle her way through trying to raise me and my brothers on her own. And she would always take us to church. And my grandfather was at church. And my grandfather, who's still alive today, 86 years old, still preaching, still singing, still jumping off stages and, throwing his jacket across the room. And
where are you preaching? He's back in Boston?
Okay. Small Baptist church in Boston. And so my grandfather used to always pull me to the side and he used to say, who are you? And I say, oh, I'm Brian. But he said, no, you're a Bullock. You're a Bullock. That's my last name.
Right.
And he would always say stuff like, hey, I need you to sing because Bullocks sing. I need you to work because Bullocks work. He got on me one time because I came to church in a sweater and a V-neck. Looking good, you know what I mean? And he was like, where's your tie?
A tie?
Yes. I said, I ain't got no tie gripper. He said, you're a Bullock. Bullock wear ties.
Right.
At the time, this kind of felt a little annoying. I was kind of like, Grandpa, ease up on your boy.
Come on, man.
But what he was doing, he was giving me identity.
Yeah.
He was building legacy within my mind. And so now that I'm older, I have a family. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. For me now, I'm like, oh, this is what it means to be a Bullock. And that's what I'm trying to push everybody to. What does it mean to be you? What do you represent? And how many other people can you impact with that same mindset?
Man. And so when you think about that, and I want to ask this question, we're just going to be bouncing around because I just want to flow and just answer the questions or ask the questions that I feel my tribe is listening. When you were raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
But it sounds like your grandfather played a huge role in your life.
100%.
Do you believe that single mothers can leave a legacy?
100%. Without question. I think my mom gave me my work ethic.
Oh, for real?
100%. My mom, I watched her go from getting her GED to a college degree.
Wow.
And so I watched my mother. My mother did something that no mother should do to their child. And if you're watching on camera, I'm saying this to everyone right now. My mom, when I was in 3rd grade, she was looking for a job, couldn't find a job. She became my cafeteria lady at my elementary school in 3rd grade without my permission. I showed up in the cafeteria and my mom was behind the counter serving my friends food.
Wow.
My friends was like, "There go your mama." I said, "No, your mama." And they said, No, for real, that's your mama. And back there serving food, I was kind of embarrassed. Like, oh, my mother's a cafeteria lady. My mom still works at the same school, but she's not in the lunchroom. She's in the classroom.
Wow.
And now she's the longest tenured teacher in that school. They give her all the difficult cases, all the difficult child and children and classes and all that stuff. And she's crushing it. My mom's a millionaire. She's doing her thing.
Wow.
And so for me as a single mom, I was inspired by watching her work ethic and not letting life break her. And so when I go through stuff now, I think about my single mother. When I have a hard and difficult time, I'm thinking about, man, my single mom went through that.
Yeah.
And she didn't break, so I'm not going to break.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Anybody telling a single mom that you don't mean anything or you don't bring value or you're not accomplishing much, you got to get that out your head and you got to get those voices out your head. You are absolutely making an impact and you cannot allow the relationship with a father of that child to deter you from building something significant in your own personal life.
And I hope single mothers hear me on that and hear you on that. Because, man, I feel sorry for the men who choose to not be in their children's life. And all of this goes on to that single mother. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to ask that question because I knew the answer to that question. And I just want to say thank you to all the single mothers who are doing the things you should be doing and the things that you shouldn't have to do by yourself. And you are leaving a huge legacy on your kids.
But here's what I love. My mom was mature enough to say, I can't do it all by myself. She wasn't trying to be something she was not. She knew that regardless of the strength, the resources, and the provision she was bringing to me and my brothers, we needed a man somewhere.
Absolutely.
And so her bringing me to my grandfather every week it was her saying, hey, I know that there are some aspects of his life that he's going to need a man in his life. And so kudos to my mom to even be able to do that because she put me in a position to get what I needed from him while also getting everything that I needed from her.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. On Mother's Day, I do a post every single Mother's Day that just makes mothers upset. Okay. And you said something that made me think about this. I never asked Brian, does he think I'm wrong for saying this? Okay. Because you said that your mom says, hey, I'm your mother. Yeah. You are my responsibility, but I also know that I can't do certain things that men can do. Yeah. One of the things that irks me on Mother's Day when I see mothers being told, or like on Father's Day, mothers being told Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Do you think I'm wrong for saying, yo, listen, on Father's Day, let's celebrate our good fathers. Yeah. Let's not say Happy Father's Day to mothers. Yeah. And let's not say Happy Mother's Day to single fathers. Yeah. Do you think I'm wrong for that?
Well, let me say this. I have the best mother in the world.
I don't know about all that.
I
got the best mother in the whole world. But you may got number 2. I got number 1. I love you, mama. Actually, you may got number 3 because I got 2 of them. Betty Ann Gimmick and Terry Ross. I love you. Brian Bullock got number 3.
I got the 3rd best mother in the world.
There you go. You're at my table.
While I'm on the table.
Yeah.
On her best day, she'll never be my father.
Oh, you just upset some people.
I understand that. We have to. We cannot erase fatherhood.
But what about
because there's so many bad fathers. And here's why I don't celebrate single moms on Father's Day.
Okay.
Because whatever you celebrate will be repeated. And in the celebration of a single mom on Father's Day, what I'm actually doing is repeating the cycle that dads don't matter. And regardless of how bad a father is or was, I cannot allow that lie that fathers don't matter to go throughout my family or go throughout my community or go throughout social media. I can't do that. So we can't let absent dads replace all dads.
Come on, man.
We just have to say, hey, this dad wasn't that great. Wasn't there. but we're not going. And I know why people do that, right?
Yeah.
People do that because no one wants to feel deficient.
Right.
No one wants to feel like I missed out on anything or I was lacking anything. And we like to say stuff like my father wasn't there, but I didn't miss him. And it's like, nah, I missed him. I missed him.
Absolutely.
I wish he was there. There were some things that I absolutely needed for him to provide.
Wow.
But he did it.
Wow.
And my mom supplemented it as much as she could. But I don't celebrate I celebrate my mom all the time.
Absolutely.
But on Father's Day, I think about, here's the deal. I think about all the men, even if they weren't my biological father. I had a father somewhere. You had a basketball coach.
Absolutely.
You had a choir director. You had a pastor. You had a mentor. You had an uncle. You had an older brother. And on that Father's Day, it's okay to take that day to say, hey, I just celebrate you for being a man in my life that I needed to see.